So on today's audio adventure, we're going to take this Shaky Jimi Moen Vibe pedal. Sounds pretty good on its own, but we're going to make it sound a little bit better. And we're going to do it really easily with some black electrical tape. So we're going to do the black tape mod on this Shaky Jimi. Let's get started. This is all we need to complete the modification. I just have a simple Phillips head screwdriver, a small flathead to be able to pry the back off and make it a little bit easier, and then our electrical tape. Access to the back of the pedal is pretty easy. We just got to take these 4 screws off. Okay, now that we have the pedal open, we'll go ahead and talk about how it works. Each one of these LEDs shines into an optical sensor, and that generates the effect. The rate at which the LED shines into it changes based on the knobs on the front. The light from one can shine into the sensor of another, and that can actually degrade the quality of each effect. So what we're going to do with this tape is we're going to isolate each one of these LEDs to improve the performance. I have 4 pieces of the tape cut and ready to go of roughly the same size. Now you could just put 1 strip of tape across the whole thing, but I'm going to try to isolate each one of these as best I can. You can also do this modification with heat shrink tubing, electrical tubing, but that will make the modification more permanent, and I would like to have the opportunity to be able to reverse this sometime in the future if I'd like. Now that I have the first 2 taped, just showing why I've been using this pick is to gently tuck the tape in around itself, and that helps me get around some of the more delicate components like these resistors and capacitors, this electrolytic capacitor here and this capacitor here, and then I'm just sort of tucking the tape underneath those electrical leads to isolate each one of these LEDs. And it doesn't have to be the most pretty. Remember, this is a temporary modification that we can always convert to more permanent with electrical tubing if we wanted to later. Okay, so I have all of the LEDs taped off pretty well. That's about what it looks like when you're all done. And we're going to go ahead and put the pedal back together, plug it in, see how it sounds. Thanks for joining me on today's audio adventure. If you've got your own Shaky Jimi pedal, I encourage you to give the black tape mod a try. It's very easy to do, and you can always change it back if you don't like it. Hopefully you learned something today. Keep experimenting, and we'll see you next time.